Greetings from Cybertron. This is SoundJack here with a review of the Transformers Robots in Disguise Warrior Class Soundwave. So this toy comes from the 2015 series of Robots in Disguise. Well, the series that started in 2015. It's around until 2017. But anyway, this is Soundwave, and I had a handful of the Robots in Disguise toys. I have a handful of the Robots in Disguise toys. I haven't gotten rid of any of mine. And I think it's time to review them. Now, because I do have a figure I've also promised to give to someone else that's been sitting in my room for a while. And also because I don't have any other Power of the Primes new Power of the Primes figures yet. So, hey, let's do something different. Why not? But it's Soundwave. You know who Soundwave is. He is a lot different than he normally looks in the aligned continuity. Well, if you are familiar with Transformers Prime, he goes over to Robots in Disguise, and he takes a bit of a beefed out Jeep form, similar to his War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron appearances, but kind of more earthy, even though it's still kind of futuristic and not really looking like it belongs on Earth. But hey, what are you going to do? So, taking a closer look at this beef of a truck. Like I said, he's a beefcake. It's got the Soundwave blue going on, a little bit of different blue on top because this piece is molded in red translucent plastic, which you can see clearly through. You can clearly see through that, so that's just paint, so that's a little different. But a couple of, is that, no, I think that's the same. Is that the same? I think I'm going crazy now. Anyway, a lot of the blue is the dark Soundwave blue. Oh yeah, there are definitely bits that are different shades. This wheel section here is all in a darker color, similar to the roof. So is this molded in translucent plastic? That'd be stupid, because it's just the wheels that are in the translucent red. Anyway, the wheels are in translucent red plastic. That's a very nice touch. You got black paint on the wheels to simulate hubcaps, which black's a weird color, but yeah. You got the paint. You got that paint already because you were painting the front of Soundwave, which I didn't even get to yet. It is his robot chest. Will become his robot chest, I should say. And his black paint, a little bit of yellow around there, and it's got the Decepticon symbol with the scan badge signet. That is a part of the Robots in Disguise series. So you'd scan that, and you can unlock this character in the app and unlock other things possibly as well. I didn't play it much. But if you are playing the game, there's a free scan on me. You also over here have some nice purple paint for these very, very tiny headlights on the front of Soundwave, which is a very nice bit. You got a little bit of color up here, but that's for his robot legs. And then you got some dark gray, a bit of metallic-y blue, a bit of red. And then you just have his hands. That's the biggest problem I have with this vehicle mode, is that clearly based on how the shapes are supposed to work, these shouldn't be here, but the arms are just there. It looks, it just doesn't even mesh with the design at all. It doesn't like paint. There's not anything to like indicate, oh, the door, it would get in the way of the door, but it's supposed to be there. No, these just kind of look like arms that aren't supposed to be there, like they should have transformed onto the underside and like all of this gapping right here. But no, these are how the arms go. There's tabs specifically for them, and they just kind of hang out there. That's the biggest problem I have with this toy, is that those arms and vehicle mode, they just shouldn't be there. I still really like this toy, but that's definitely a knock on the vehicle mode. Definitely a huge knock. And then you got the underside, and it's gappy underneath, but it makes, that's fine, so as you can have a good robot mode. There is his head right there. He's got a head going on right there, but the face, you can't see the face, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Then you got some gray back here, but that's feet sticking out. That's all there's really for the vehicle mode. He does roll on all four of his wheels quite nicely. Very nice rolling. And he does come with one accessory. He comes with this cannon, which does become his shoulder cannon in his robot mode. There is a 5mm post on here that you can stick into these 5mm ports on top of him, so you can have that like that. And it is also able to tip because there is a hinge right there. I think that's just a friction hinge. It's not tied to anything. So you can get that to angle up, forward,
And since it's a 5mm post, you can get that to rotate forward. I do think this position is too high for it. So what I like to do is there are these holes in the backs of the arms that shouldn't be there. And I think there's no reason for it then to plug in here. Well, you can use them in as underslung arms cannons underneath the arms in robot mode. That was a terrible sentence. I'm so sorry, but I'll show that off later just for fun. But you can get the cannon, but for vehicle mode, you can place the cannon in the holes in the arms, and it makes the cannon sit lower, but still looks pretty good. And I do prefer this position when I have him in vehicle mode, though admittedly because the arms, that doesn't happen often. But yeah, that is pretty much it for Soundwave in his vehicle mode. So let's get into some size comparisons. So here he is with Legends class Bumblebee, and you can see how they scale. Deluxe class Chrome Dome, and you can see Soundwave's shorter than Chrome Dome, though he is a bit wider. Voyager class Megatron. You can see how they scale. I'm gonna raise the camera up since we're gonna get into that in a bit. And then Leader class 6-shot. And you can see how they scale. So that's all there is to say about Soundwave in his alternate mode. So let's roll right along and get to his robot mode. So take the cannon off. Then we're gonna come here. We are going to untab the arms from the sides. These tabs right here go into those slots right there. And there's also this tab here that will fit into this slot right here when this is all collapsed down. But you just pull that off. And also this tab that goes into that slot right there. Tab to slot right there. Do that to the other side. Just pull all of that out. Move that out of the way. We're going to come back here. We are going to untab. Just pull down, actually. I don't know why I was forcing it the wrong way. Just pull it down. It doesn't tab into anything, but there are some... it does actually. I never noticed. There's these tiny tabs that fit into the kneecaps right there. Yeah, that tab goes in those tabs right there. That's those slots on the knees right there. So you just pull those out. And then this bit is on a hinge. So we're gonna just rotate that down, collapse that all down, and we'll split the legs. And let's finish transforming the legs. We'll flip the feet down, rotate the wheel assemblies back, rotate them back, and then we're gonna get into a little bit of a crazy bit right here. We're gonna fold all of this down. This entire section just sits up here, and it just rotates down like that. And then there's Soundwave's head, and while we're here, we are going to flip Soundwave's head up, and then this whole thing is just going to end up sitting underneath the whole seating area of the truck. Is going to fit underneath the front of the truck mode, and we have that. And then we just rotate Soundwave's lower legs at what will be the thigh swivel. And then we got the legs all done. Now we just got to finish up the arms. So what we're going to do now is we're going to, just straighten that out a little bit, rotate that down, flip this panel down, and flip this bit to the side. Do that to the other side, flip it down. Well, actually, no, straighten that out, flip that down, flip the panel in, and then rotate this to the side. And there you have Soundwave in his robot mode. Let me lower the camera a little bit. There we go, robot moded Soundwave, and he looks great. Soundwave, yay. He is a beefy Soundwave though. That is definite. The lower arms are his chest is massive. Lower legs feel massive. The arms not as massive, and then the shoulders have just stuff hanging off of them. But you can still tell he's a beef Soundwave. He's been working out. He's been going to the gym. He's ready to punch you out instead of just messing with your mind or whatever other Soundwaves do. I'm getting a little too wild for this. But anyway, taking a closer look at Soundwave's head, it is a very nice head. This head is very similar to his Prime Incarnation's head with that huge crest and the completely translucent face. Speaking of which, that is actually translucent red plastic. So if you got a light going on behind it, that will glow menacingly, and it is grand. I'm so glad they did that. And then we got the chest, which is the same as the vehicle mode front, so that's not that interesting. And then you got the shoulder pads with the headlights on the side, the wheels hiding inside the shoulders. And you got the lower arms with the dark gray, the red, and the blue robot mode fist, though you did pretty much see that in vehicle mode. And then you come down here, you Soundwave's lower torso is in gray. Soundwave's crotch is in a surprisingly brilliant blue color for some reason. It's the most brilliant blue on this toy. And I honestly didn't even notice it until I brought it under these super bright lights. It's like they just gave Soundwave's crotch extra shiny metallic blue paint, and I don't know why else. He's got a couple tiny buttons that are gray on that crotch as well. I don't know. And you got bit of blue on the upper leg, and then the rest of it is gray, then the lower leg is blue. There's more of that shiny metallic blue that's on the crotch, though since it's on other blue, it's a lot less noticeable. And then there's nothing of it on the arms, so that's still weird to me, that color choice. I don't know, it's a little weird. And then a little bit of gray on the leg. The feet are entirely gray. You got wheels hiding back there. And then you can see the back of Soundwave. It is very clean back. His legs stick out a bit, but you know that's fine. That's quite fine. For articulation, his head can rotate a full 360 degrees. It can look down and it can look up that much, but you can also use the transformation joint to make him look really far up if you want to. The chest connection, I'm going to say, is a tad loose, but I'll talk more about that in a moment. The arms, they're on a ball joint, allow 360 degrees of rotation. On the ball joint itself, they can only really move out that far. However, there is a hinge in the body that allows the arms to bend that far out to the side. And they can also bend inwards, so as you can get some that way posing. His elbow is on a ball joint, so you can get 360 degrees of rotation out of that. Little tight places just because of kibble and things being in the way, but you can get it. As well as a 90-degree elbow bend, and then nothing at the wrist, unfortunately. The waist technically, the waist joint does not exist on this toy. The actual swivel for the lower body is up here. You can see, this is not the rotation, this is the rotation. The middle of his torso is what rotates, which is weird, but okay. They gave him the joint at the very least. It's just odd that it's up there, as you can see. So his entire lower half of his body, just the lower half of his chest just rotates with his waist, whatever. Legs can bend that far forward, and that far back, and that far up to the side. There is a thigh rotation that is used in transformation, 360 degrees. Legs can bend just a little shy of 90 degrees of bend, and then the feet are able to pivot back and forward very, very slightly, and no side to side on that. Like I was mentioning before, the connection between the seating area of the truck and the top of Soundwave's chest is not secure. There are holes in here that look like that they should tab into something, but the tabs just don't exist. So I don't know what was lost, or if that's just saving on plastic or something instead of actually being there to tab in, being places for tabs to go into to lock the upper torso into place. So there's a little bit of friction going on with these bits on the side, but it's honestly not tight enough to truly hold the torso down. But if you take his cannon and plug it into the holes that were on the top of the vehicle mode, but now allow the cannon to be plugged over his shoulder, that is what locks it into place. Because this side was going to move a bit, but like you're not getting the same torso floppage as you did without the cannon over the shoulder. So even the designers are like, yeah, you're just going to keep the cannon on Soundwave's shoulder. There's no reason not to. I'd rather that have been this not happen so easily if you didn't have the cannon in the shoulder. But I mean, I'm always going to display him with the cannon in the shoulder, so that is completely fine. Though, if you don't want the cannon in the shoulder like some weirdo, I'm kidding. It's your choices. You are fine. Here's where the rest of the shiny metallic blue is on the gun, I gotta say, because how I'm blind on colors, I don't know. But you are able to plug it into his hands right there. And the holes that I showed you how to plug him into in the vehicle mode are still there, so you can have him rocking an underslound cannon. Why can't I word? Underslung arm cannon, if you want to do that. But of course, the best thing for this toy, in terms of appearance and in terms of stability of the overall toy, is on the shoulder. But that is all there's to say on Soundwave in his robot mode. So now let us get into some robot mode size comparisons. Here he is next to Legends class Bumblebee. And you can see Bumblebee basically comes out to the sticking out part of Soundwave's chest. We got Deluxe class Chrome Dome, and Chrome Dome's a tad bit taller than Soundwave at the head. Though he's only a tad bit taller because Soundwave's got those head crest spikes going on. We've got Voyager class Megatron. I'm gonna raise the camera up a little bit. Come on, look at the camera, Megs. And Soundwave comes up to just a little bit above those lines on Megatron's chest. Here he is with Leader Class 6-Shot, raising the camera. Soundwave comes to about there on 6-Shot's skirt panel. And of course, here he is with the channel's mascots, Soundwave and Wheeljack. And you can see how he looks next to them. And you can see how he compares with another Soundwave. Woo! But yeah, all in all, this Soundwave is a very neat little Soundwave. He's boxy, he's solid. Well, for the most part. I still wish that would tab together. It looks like there was something to tab that together, but they didn't go through with it. But robot mode, very solid, very boxy, very beefy. Looks very much like Soundwave. Arms, I don't know why they're a little weird, but they are completely fine for me. Oh wow, the camera's way too high for this. Translucent head plastic, awesome. Legs are amazing. The translucent, the really metallic blue is weird that it's used on the crotch and the legs like that. The gun's fine, but I don't think it needed it. But yeah, just a minor thing. Vehicle mode, only complaint is really that the arms stick out so obnoxiously in vehicle mode. But that's about it. Overall, a very decent toy and a very decent Soundwave representation. I quite like him. I'd recommend him. It's $15 if you find him at this point. He's kind of sold. The Robots in Disguise is nearing its end. I'm not sure how common Soundwaves are going to be on store shelves at this point. You can probably find them online or something. But yeah, he's a decent Soundwave. You don't have a Soundwave? You get a Soundwave. Get this Soundwave. Why not? I don't know. But that's all I have to say about Soundwave. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SoundJack426. Also, please consider donating on my Patreon page to help support the channel. All the links will be in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. This is SoundJack's signing off.